Alright, so we're on page 4. We're going to do these first 3, and then that's all we have to do. Then you can finish 12 through 14 on page 6. We'll turn in page 6 tomorrow, and then we will take our test tomorrow. So, should be a pretty straightforward day. Test is just this. Yep. Some of it's multiple choice, some of it's free response. So, yep. Bad thing about that is, though, multiple choice is all or nothing. So you gotta make sure you get it right.
That's good. And then if you get an answer that's wrong, you'll know that it's not right.
There you go. Alright guys, here we go. So same thing, except that this time, instead of finding a side, you're finding an angle. So you still do the same thing. You go off your angle, okay? So from the x, from the degree, what is the 4 to that? Opposite, adjacent, or hypotenuse? That's adjacent. And what is the 7? Hypotenuse. So what trig function is adjacent and hypotenuse? Cosine. There you go. So you got cosine of your angle. Your x is your angle in this case. So it's cosine of x equals cosine is adjacent, which is 4, over hypotenuse, which is 7. Alright, so do you remember from geometry, how do you get the cosine to the other side? Inverse. Alright, before you do anything on your calculator tomorrow, because everybody else uses these calculators unless you've got your own, what do you have to check first? You have to check your mode and make sure it is in degree mode. So if it's not, I don't think we used these yesterday, so they probably should still be in degree mode, okay? But please make sure you check that tomorrow, okay? Alright, so here we go. So you're going to do the inverse cosine on both sides. Alright, so if these two are opposites, then what happens to them? They cancel out. And so the only thing you have left is x. Alright, so then let's plug this in. Inverse cosine is on the cosine button. You see how it's in blue or in yellow right above it? So you have to hit the second blue button or the yellow button, whatever your calculator is. Then hit the cosine button. Bless you. Bless you. And then how do I type in 4/7? 4 divided by 7. Close your parentheses. Hit enter. So you get, it's not exactly 55. It's approximately 55 point how much? 0.2. And what did we just find? What is 55.2? That's the degree. So it should have a little degree symbol right above the 2, okay? I am a stickler for that, so make sure you tell me you found a degree. Pretty easy, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's do the other 2, and then we'll call it a day, and then y'all can finish page 6. We'll have a test tomorrow. Alright, so same thing. Go off of your angle. So what is the 33 to the x? The hypotenuse. And the 13? Adjacent. And what trig function is that? Cosine. So you got cosine of your angle, which is x. And cosine is adjacent, which is 13, over hypotenuse, which is 33. Alright, the whole point is to get x by itself to figure out what it is. So how do I get rid of that cosine? Nope. By the inverse. Very good. Inverse is that little -1. Alright, cosine inverse and cosine are opposites, so all you're left with is x. And then you just plug it in your calculator. Second cosine, 13 divided by 33. And then just like that, second cosine, 13 divided by 33. Alright, what'd you get?
66.83.
66, let's just do 1 decimal. So 66.8 what? Degrees, Leslie, very good. Y'all okay? Pretty easy stuff? Okay, let's do the last one, and then that's all we got to learn for your test tomorrow. Alright, go off of your angle. What is the 4 to that x? Opposite. And the 10? Hypotenuse. Very good, because the hypotenuse trumps the adjacent. So then we are going to use what trig function? sine. So you got sine of your angle, which is x, equals opposite, which is 4, over hypotenuse, which is 10. How do I get rid of that sine from that x? Inverse sine. Yeah, inverse sine. Alright, so golly, you got me saying it now. The sine inverse and the sine cancel out. And so you type in second sine, 4 divided by 10. And how much did you get? 23.6 what? Degrees. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. Alright, and that's it. You've learned everything for your test tomorrow. So, page 6. Listen. Page 6 needs to be completely finished today. Not the back of it. Not the back of it. Just the front of it. Just page 6. Go ahead and finish it up. If you finish it, you can put it in the tray. If you don't finish it, it's due tomorrow, okay? The sub may not remind you to turn it in, so please remember to turn it in tomorrow of your own accord. Did you got it good?
Yeah.
All right.